with an injury. Here's Law pulling and missing for the baseline. In his last 2 contests, gets the first bucket here tonight. And a foul on the wing is going to go against Josh Langford. We mentioned it a few moments ago, best of the Big Ten for number 5 in white, who's defending McIntosh with the ball right now. 8 to shoot. Backdoor pass. And a nice reverse with a left hand by Vic Law.
A great cut by Law behind the defense. Not a lot of space to roam. Michigan State making them uncomfortable on the offensive end. Doing a great job defensively to start this game.
I guess that is the good news if you're Chris Collins. You've got a redshirt senior, a couple of juniors, a redshirt sophomore, so you have a lot of experience. They're battle-tested.
Yeah, they're battle-tested, and they're hungry because they've not had success here.
There is one of the veterans, McIntosh with a steal up ahead. Lindsay with a lob and a foul. Law tried to slam it, but he was hit on the wrist by Matt Van Dyke.
Was a quick turn of events where you get the turnover. Scotty Lindsay with his head up. Vic Law trying to go upstairs. Pretty good play by Van Dyke to get back and break that up.
So Vic Law, redshirt sophomore who missed all of last year with a shoulder injury. Hits the first of 2. He's a 65% shooter at the stripe.
They have not tasted success here. They've had some tough games. And believe me, when you haven't won on the road in the Big Ten at a venue, that's extra motivation. So that play by Van Dyke to break up that obvious dunk for Law. Law misses one of the free throws. I'm telling you, those plays, they make a difference down the stretch, even though it's at the beginning of the ball game.
And a foul inside, Gavin Skelly, who just came into the game.
This is a young man who, when he plays the 5 position, Northwestern's awfully quick. And he's a lot quicker than the bigs in this conference. And so when he goes at the 5 position, that gives Northwestern an advantage.
Will be interesting to see tonight with Derek Harden out for Northwestern with the injury. They're down a big man essentially as Harris misses the 3. And how much do you double Nick Wardy? I mean, he's on the bench right now, but when he's out there, that's a guy that you always have to have 2 eyes on, don't you?
You do, and you want to double team him. You want to help off the strong side guard to dig in on the post to bother his action, but you've got to not allow him to get established on that low post because he is dangerous.
Right now getting a seat late in the shot clock here. Ellis going to work. A career-high 20 at Minnesota, and he gets 2 there off the window. The iron unkind to Scott Lindsay.
Lindsay's got to take that shot. McIntosh has been struggling with his shot. Looks like Law's having a difficult time freeing himself up, so somebody for Northwestern has to step up and be aggressive on the offensive end.
Wildcats 1 of 6 from the floor, 5 of 6 for Michigan State. Tum Nairn controls the point. Gets a ball screen to Van Dyke. 2 to shoot. Van Dyke almost bailed himself out, but too strong. And they're still cold.
That will help Northwestern, though, when Sanjay Lumpkin is at least looking at the basket. Benson wasn't quite set. Scotty Lindsay went into his move. That's on the guard. That's not on Benson.
But the whistle against the freshman big man Benson. And now Michigan State looks to expand on this 8-point advantage. Arns, shot fake. Offensive foul. But boy, Chris Collins was effusive in praising his team of shoot-around with us today, wasn't he?
Yeah, because it seemed like it's going to be a typical Big Ten game. Gonna let them play a little bit, but here in the last 3 minutes, they've really tightened up the whistles.
5 fouls on the Spartans, 4 on Northwestern. Into Ward. Dangerous pass, but it does find Harris. Elvis, catch and shoot. Yes! So he has 5 points as there's another whistle, but Ellis averaging 5 a game. He already has that here. Nick Ward picking up his first.
Ellis playing as well as he's played in his whole career here.
Law driving out of control, and they're just going to call that a clean turnover. No foul.
Chris Collins wanting Law to pass the ball in the wing. Looked like Brown's defender came and double teamed. Hadn't seen Michigan State press like this.
Northwestern averages less than 11 turnovers a game, but Northwestern, they already have 6 right now.
Yeah, I meant to say Northwestern pressing right now. McIntosh back in the game, more than likely settle them down on the offensive end.
Ward, block extended. Langford, late shot clock. Off the mark. Law skying for it.
That's a big-time rebound out of space by Vic Law.
He averages just under 6 rebounds a game, second on the team. Here's the young freshman, Brown. And he gets hacked on his way to the rim.
You just can't say enough about Michigan State's defensive presence here to start the game. They're scrambling, they're talking, they're helping each other defensively. Not a lot of room here for Northwestern to operate.
Interesting, Chris Collins said, shoot-around told us, you know, I don't really agree that coaches just sit a guy with 2 fouls in the first half, but Skelly has 2 right now. He said, if I've got a guy that needs to play, I'm going to play him with 2 fouls, and he's out there.
And there's different philosophies on that. I'm a guy where my coach, Lou Henson, if you got 2 fouls in the first half, buddy, you were on the bench.
Langford on the curl from the elbow.
Scotty Lindsey wouldn't have done that last year. He would not have stepped up with that type of confidence and quieted the crowd, because that's what Northwestern needed. Just need one to drop, get settled on defense, and try to work their way back into this game.
He was 0 of 3 prior to that bucket. He's a 42% three-point shooter, is Scotty Lindsey. Speaking of threes. Tum-tum there.
As well. Got to watch Cassius Winston bleeding from the mouth a little bit. I don't know if he took an elbow.
Yeah, he is indeed. He gives the ball up there, up top to Ellis. He's licking his lips, trying to get the blood removed as Winston.
He's just got such a great feel at such a young age for the game.
Winston to the corner, and right back to him, 6 to shoot. He's going to go to work. He just flew by Gavin Skelly. Pass inside deflected, but Vic Law tracks it down and finds Lindsey. So 2 threes now for Scotty Lindsey after 3 straight misses to start the game.
He's got to love what he's seeing right now from his team.
He was the first one at shoot-around today, getting a workout in, and we asked him, how anxious are you to get back out there? Words can't describe it.
Great energy about that young man, and for him to be as talented as he is, that's a rare combination.
If they look like this now, imagine when they get him back if they start rounding into form as they appear to be. He's a guy you never want to be guarded by. No. He's just a pest.
I mean, he's guarding Vic Law right now. If I'm Vic Law, I try to get into the post.
Taphorn gets to the rim. That's not normally his specialty, but a good move.
Yeah, Taphorn, he got that first 3 to go, so he's feeling pretty good about himself. Guy that's kind of been in and out of the lineup, but with the absence of Aaron Falzone, he knows the type of minutes that he's going to get every game.
Northwestern has 6 field goals, 4 of them threes, now 2 two-pointers. A double team comes in a foul. Got accepted to Harvard, had the option to go there and play for Tommy Amaker, but instead decided to play for Tom Izzo. And you just saw it pop on your screen, but Gavin Skelly now has 3 personal fouls for the Wildcats.
That's a tough break for Northwestern.
So that brings Benson, the big man in the middle in purple, number 25, who's guarding Ward, off the bench. Van Dyke in no man's land finds a cutting Ellis.
Well, and that's what you have to guard against anytime you play the Spartans. And Cassius Winston can push the rock, but Tom there is even quicker.
Ellis, boy, he's hunting his shot. Offensive rebound. Oh, Ward lost it in his left hand going up.
That's where he'll get better, putting it in his right on the right-hand side.
Vic Law to the rim, yes, through the contact.
Northwestern is starting to get a little rhythm on the offensive end.
Vic Law has 8, averages just under 14 a game. But he's been struggling the last 4 games, 11 of 35 from the field coming into this one, but 3 of 4 tonight.
So Michigan State now, after a horrible start, really settling down in spite of the foul trouble, in spite of 7 turnovers.
Stay tuned for analysis, predictions, and more on the State Farm Halftime Report. My call, John Crispin, standing by in studio.
Sanjay Lumpkin missed Taphorn on a backdoor cut.
Vic Law, however, taking matters into his own hands.
Wow, 2 defenders come and guard Law, and he leaves standing up, and the 2 defenders are on the floor. Showing you Vic Law might be long and lanky, but he is strong. Good job keeping his eyes on the rim. He takes the hit. Look at his eyes. Still on the rim, able to finish, and let Michigan State know about it, too.
They whistled that on number 25, Kenny Goins. Probably could have called it on Harris. Michigan State's biggest lead was 19. Nair bouncing, then flipping to the corner. Langford can't get it. Foul on the rebound, and that's against Taphorn of Northwestern.
That's a good look, man.
I have to say, my man on the right looks nothing like Mike Ditka. but kudos for the effort.
Yes.
We'll give you a B+ for the effort.
And the skirts.
Joshua Langford off to Harris, and Harris gets bumped, so that's going to send him to the line as Vic Law, sound like a broken record, picks up his second personal. Lumpkin just his 8th three-pointer of the season, and Northwestern is now 7 of 13 from long range.
Yeah, so the long ball is paying off dividends for them. Michigan State doing a good job of cutting down dribble penetration, but you have to give something up. Either dribble penetration or the long ball.
Both teams 1-0 in Big Ten play. Northwestern got up big on Penn State on Tuesday and cruised to an 87-77 win. I wish the folks at home could have seen the look you gave me, though, when I mentioned them in the same breath. I thought my broadcasting days were over.
Oh, my goodness.
Law short from the elbow. There's Bridges jumping around. He's saying that ankle's okay. Nice slip. 20 fouls in the first half. We'll see if we can get a little bit more flow here in the second. Inside to Ward. Double team comes. And a tie-up. Winston pushing the tempo. That's his shot. But McQuaid can't knock it down. Over 75% of Matt McQuaid's shots have been from downtown this year. On the other end, McIntosh with a dribble. Speaking of three-point shooters, Taphorn has won. This time a foul before he can do anything with a basketball against Michigan State.
Good move by McIntosh right there. I thought he was going to get that underhand flip to go. I like the aggressiveness.
And he got a taste of road play in the Big Ten at Minnesota. Fouled out. 20 minutes. He did have 6 assists, but just 2 points, never really got going.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you're a young guy coming through the first time in the Big Ten, you can't imagine how good all of these guys are. And Nate Mason is one of the premier point guards in this conference.
Vic Law wanted to take advantage of Harris on him in the post, but couldn't get the hook shot to drop. Spartans looking to push it back to a double-digit lead. Winston, mid-range jumper. Front iron into the hands of Vic Law.
That might be Vic Law's most improved part of his game. Crashing the glass, does a great job. Had 12 in the win at Penn State.
Yeah, you're right. That was just his second career double-double. 12 and 12 in that win over the Nittany Lions. Baseball pass across to the freshman. And unable to knock it down, Isaiah Brown, but offensive rebound for Lumpkin.
Boy, we watched the flight of that. That looked dead on, just a little bit long. The three ball's been kind, and Northwestern getting back into this game.
Deep touch for Law, and he lays it in. Well, he likes that matchup in the post against Aaron Harris, apparently.
Yes.
Alvin Ellis gives it up top to Harris.
Well, Sanjay Lumpkin now doing a great job defensively on Ward.
Quick outlet. Now Michigan State will settle in the half court. Well, I've had the privilege of calling their past 4 games. You've been here for 3 of those with me, and when he comes into shoot around, he starts it by just screaming and yelling, getting everybody fired up around him.
Yep.
So they moved the clock to 13:41 after all that. Good job of the officials by noticing the error and correcting it. Now Aaron Harris driving inside. Nice move, but couldn't finish. Isaiah Brown fearless. Northwestern's made 15 shots in this game, 7 of them three-pointers. Taphorn's hit a couple, couldn't get that last one to drop. Now the Spartans on the offensive end with his 6-point lead. Off the heel for Tum Tum Nairn, and what a rebound indeed by Vic Law. You said it earlier, that's the part of his game that's improved.
Man, I mean, he's going out of his position to go get tough defensive rebounds. I mean, and they need him to with their bigs on the bench.
Law has 7 caroms in this game. And now he's got the basketball in the wing. Cutting to the rim against Ellis and finishing with a left.
That's a grown man move right there. Putting Ellis on his hip and telling him, I'm going to take you to the hole with me, young fella. Good move, Vic Law.
And here we go as we approach 12 minutes. It's just 4 points right now.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this team, Northwestern.
McIntosh, one of the top assist men in the Big Ten, with a great bounce dime to Sanjay Lumpkin.
See, this Northwestern team, they're not going anywhere. They're just going to keep playing. A lot of teams take on the persona of their head coach. That's what Chris Collins used to do at Duke. Just kept coming at you.
Played there and then 13 seasons on the bench as well under Coach K.
Well, young players, you don't always have to score the basketball. You could go get big-time rebounds like that, and then your offense comes to you. And Michael Thompson, out of the books.
He had 213 last year, did McIntosh in the assist department, by far the most in a single season for Northwestern. Ellis with a block. They'll bring it the other way. Kick it out to Winston. He thought about triggering it, but did not.
I like that decision. He had a 6'7" Taphorn flying at him. That would have been a difficult release.
Winston has 13. Ellis, who just passed it to him, has 11 to lead the Spartans. Shot clock dwindling. Great dish. Goins, no. They wanted basket interference. And Goins can't get it a second time either.
Let's take a look at this, Brandon. I think right there, you see Vic Law grab the rim. And right there, that's basket interference. So Northwestern got away with one there. But you know what? When you play hard, good things happen to you as a team. And Northwestern has finally matched the intensity of the Spartans.
If you're just joining us, Michigan State led by 19 with 7 minutes left in the first half. But Northwestern, they have weathered the storm.
Isaiah Brown, once again, going to what he knows best, to put his head down and get to the rim. But these openings at this level, they close up so quickly. He's got to learn that. It's a key situation right here.
Alvin Ellis showing a little defense, had a block a couple possessions ago. Now his second steal. Ward, double team comes. Just 3 to shoot. Winston sees the shot clock. Oh, he tried to pass it at the last second, but couldn't curl it around. Cassius Winston, 4 assists now, two turnovers, and each team with 10 collectively. State junior from Westlake, Ohio. Crowd wanted a 5th foul on Skelly there as he was tangled with Ward for a second, but no whistle. 8 minutes to play in East Lansing. McQuaid needs help, but he finds Winston out top. Late in the shot clock once again. Tap back right to Winston, out to Ellis. And a whistle out high, and a holding foul going to be called against the Wildcats. And Minnesota might be a little angry after that overtime loss they had to Michigan State on Tuesday. That was in overtime, 75-74, a thrilling finish, and we are set for a good finish here, but we haven't had a field goal in this game since the 11:29 mark.
Grounded to a halt, both teams struggling to find an edge.
That changes right there thanks to Alvin Ellis. Northwestern 7 of 17 from long range.
talk about Michigan State struggling from outside. You know, they have 19-2 advantage fast break. But a lot of that was in the first half.
53-44 Michigan State. They're trying to expand this back out. Vic Law, fraction for Northwestern.
Vic Law needs to dunk that next time. He's got the ability to get to the rim and turn it over. You got Nick Ward hanging around the basket. You got to punch it on the big fella. Great play, though, by the freshman defensively.
Scotty Lindsey got bumped. Bonus shooting the rest of the way for both teams.
Definite breakout year. You know, he's not having the success that he had last game that we just showed, but still, he's a guy that you have to pay attention to, and he can go get you a bucket when all else breaks down. These are learning tools, and you know, you got to take some of that when you have talented uber freshmen like that.
Vic Law trying to go to work against Langford, and that's the third foul on the freshman. Northwestern back to the line, but they have not had a field goal since 11:29 was on the clock. 4:20 right now. Coming up next, the country's best wrestlers converging for a star-studded lineup of matches. Don't miss coverage of the historic Midlands Wrestling Championships presented by Cliff Keen Athletic. 8 Eastern after our game on BTN and BTN to go. Vic Law, 65% shooter, drops them both.
Langford really hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities, only 3 field goal attempts. And so you're looking at Winston or Alvin Ellis at this point.
It's hard to believe that Northwestern hasn't had a field goal in over 7 minutes yet. Here they are. They're within striking distance. That doesn't help their cause.
Goins doing the rest.
The Wildcats trying to work their way out of this funk. Lindsey lost it. Langford had it tapped out from behind, and it goes out of bounds. Vic Law coming off his second career double-double, 2 rebounds away from a third. But he's not worried about that right now. He's worried about his team being down 9. The Spartans with the basketball here at home. Let's see what Tom Izzo drew up out of the timeout. Cassius Winston resets. Penetrates. To Ellis. No, little strong. Rebound to Sanjay Lumpkin.
They've got plenty of time, but they want to carve into this lead. But psychologically, they have not led yet.
Law is going to go back to the line as Ellis bumped right into him. Right now, 12-2. That on the heels of winning 20 regular season games last year, the most in program history. But Law cannot hit the front end.
Well, that's got to hurt. Front end, you got to get at least one of those, Brandon. On the road, you're clawing, trying, you're moving uphill. That takes a lot of wind out of your sails.
Law 3 of 6 from the line now tonight. 2:30 left to play. Cassius Winston inside to Goins. He had it blocked by Taphorn, but he got it back.
Boy, Tap showing some hops.
They reset the shot clock, but I don't know that they should have. That never hit the rim, did it?
I didn't see it hit the rim, and the Northwestern bench asking the same question right now.
Well, I think it might have nicked the rim. 2 minutes left to play, 7 to shoot. Cassius Winston. A drive and a dish to Langford. He's got to put it up. Long rebound, and we have a whistle and a jersey hold against Northwestern's Vic Law.